Hey there, paper geeks and glitter nerds. This is Shin, and this here is a very different video from what I usually show you. I recently extended my marker collection and I needed to test out these new colors. I did a bunch of research before adding to my collection, and the first color swatches you're gonna see me make here are gonna utilize these new markers. So I'm gonna test out the color combos I found during my research period. And after that, I'm gonna show you some combos that I already knew, just to catch you up on what I've got. Not all of it is perfect, but I wanted to put it all in here so that you could see both the good and the bad combinations that I found. I'm gonna zoom in here after the first bird. I don't know why I always forget to zoom in until I've done the first color. But this here is a purple combination, and by the way, all the combinations will change in the corner so that you can follow, because I colored first and then I wrote the names of the markers, just to make sure that I got them right. Like you see here, this one is actually kind of nice, a light purple. To the blue side, it actually utilizes 4 markers. Mostly I do 3 for these tests. It's not that often I need 3 markers. A lot of the things I color quite small. I mostly color stamp sets like Fawn and My Favorite Things. A few smaller companies. I have yet to jump into the deep sea of brands within the stamps. But here's a different purple combination. It's a more dull color, but I actually do like it for some things. Also very dark. Now I did have a bit of trouble with the light color, but once it dries it's actually pretty nice. I am worried whether or not I can actually entertain you for the full 24 minutes of this video, but I will try, since otherwise this is pretty boring. Unless of course you have an interest in the Shin Touch Twin markers. I'm not being paid or anything, I just looked over the prices and saw a lot of comparison videos between these and the Copics before I started investing in alcohol markers. And these one on price, you can refill them and you can change the nibs like you can on a Copic. They have fewer colors though, so if you have full set syndrome you will not have to invest as much. If I were to buy Copics, I would buy Sketch, which means they're kind of expensive. I think maybe these are in line with the Chow color, but they are more, well, let's say slanting table friendly. They do not roll off your table because of the shape of the barrel is like the one for the Sketch marker. Now this blue combination is actually very nice. Also the one before that one looked kind of like Stormy Skies from Distress. I'm gonna have to remember that one. The funny thing is I bought the A and the B set from the Touch brand, and mostly they have dark colors and then some very light ones, so I was missing middle ones and then also very light ones. I have more towards the darker colors, but it wasn't very helpful because I didn't have anything to blend them out with. Not that it wasn't possible to find combinations within the sets, I question who put these together, if it was a person who normally uses 3 colors to blend, or if they have some other technique that I really don't understand. Another very good blue one, that one. And hopefully this one will be a lighter one, because I find the light colors they're so versatile. Most of the year, you know, for Christmas you use dark colors, but most of the year I think I tend to do lighter colors if I can, that is. This one is very nice actually. Well, what else to talk about? I picked this medium-sized stamp from Fawn. It was Easter color. I didn't mind. I colored over the beak and everything, and when I color these I go totally out of the lines. I don't really pay that much. It's just, you know, try to keep inside the lines. But this was supposed to go about a bit quick, so I could see what worked, and this one clearly didn't. I need a middle tone for that one because the dark is far too dark. I am going to put all these in a book when I'm done, so that I can keep them and revisit them. This will not be wasted at all. These are stamped on the Nina paper I normally use, but I did find that a lot of these bled very much, especially the dark ones, of course, but I'm not very happy about that, actually, the bleeding. I may have to try out some of the papers. Oh, we're onto the greens. This is a very nice dark green, actually. For some odd reason, that one was also missing in my collection. The middle tones to blend out the dark ones. I think maybe someone thought I was gonna color flowers with all the other markers. I don't know. But then again, there were not many purples. And wouldn't you want purple in your collection if you... Whoa, that one is really not working out. I even tried the tip-to-tip thing and I remember it didn't work. But when you try something out, you figure out new stuff, like this light one and this medium one do not blend at all. Oh, he looks just wrong, that bird. But the other one, that bluish green color, I'm looking forward to trying that one out for Christmas, I think. Now this one seems to be turning out quite dark as well. Now it's been 2 days since I filmed this, but like the title says, I did a lot of tests, so I don't remember all of them. This one is better than the one before, actually. But that would be the reason. There are 4 colors to this one. That did help. But I do think it goes too light green, maybe. But you could just choose the first 3 or the last 3 to do the colors. I did research a lot of dark greens, I see. That one worked out very nice also. Yes, Christmas, here we go. Have to get ready, you know. This looks like a brownish combination, maybe. Yeah, must be. Unless I go all over it with the green one at the end, this will. Or is it maybe a bit green? I'm uncertain. Now, maybe you noticed there's a slight color change to the lighting. That's because I can't sit too long at the desk, so I did some of this early in the day and some of it late in the evening. And therefore the lighting will change throughout this video. That one might be good for critters. So even though it's a bit on the peachy yellow side, it's also a bit brownish. I used to do a lot of coloring with the Sig Clean Color Real Brush markers. That's a handful, or mouthful for that matter. But I had a desk in front of a window, and I would color something, and then when I returned the next evening, after it had sat on my table all day, all the pinks would be gone. So I did a second color chart for it, and I noticed that every single pink color, not the red ones, or the purples, which also have red in them, they were completely washed out compared to the original color. And then I couldn't help but think, if someone got my card and there was something pink on it, and they put it somewhere in their house, and the sun would pass over it just an hour a day, that color would quite quickly disappear. So this is why I don't use my Sigs so much anymore. I do use them for my bullet journal, or for when I use my coloring book for relaxing, because these won't get direct sunlight because I closed them. So I still use them. I just bought the blender pen, by the way. I didn't have it, and I'm looking forward to coloring on my Bristol paper and then make stickers of it to give to friends who also bullet journal. But I will never use them on a card again, unfortunately. They do brilliant, beautiful things. I can't give something away that you can't actually put out without it being damaged that fast. I haven't actually color tested these in direct sunlight, but that one was just, it was so bad. And I think when this red one I just did, just back to the movie, the red one I just did, I think that one turns better when it's dry, actually. But you'll see them all later, when they have had time to dry. So this one is Ooh, that one would be good for Christmas. Very good for Christmas. I don't try out too many browns because I didn't actually buy that many new brown markers. So I think I bought 25 new colors, and I think 2 maybe was browns. I have a lot of brown colors already. That one really doesn't work. Whoever thought of this color combination must tell me the secret of making it blend. I can, by the way, link my Pinterest board in the description if you want to see where I got all these. They may not be directly on the board, but sometimes you have to go in under a picture and then there's a blog or a web page or something. And honestly, I didn't bother putting down every single website I went to because I was all over Pinterest, and Pinterest is not kind when it comes to copywriting. So, unfortunately, I think we're at the pinks. So this means we're almost done with the new colors, so to speak. Here's an overview of the colors I did, and as you see, a lot of blues. For some odd reason, there are a lot of blue color combinations out there. I don't know why. But now this is later in the evening, like I said, the lighting has changed. This is color combinations I know. I have used before. I have a little swatch book, very small swatches, so some of these might actually not work on a bigger item, like this bird, even though this bird is not that big, you know. But we start in the pinks and then work our way through the rainbow. That was the easiest way for me to organize it, since I had to pull colors and some of them overlapped. So this was, in my opinion, the easiest. But when I did the first few color tests, I figured, you know what, this is not enough for a video, we need to do more. So that was why I also did these that I thought worked, at least thought. I don't know what happened. Maybe the sun came back up or something, because this lighting is crazy. It was yellow before and now it's like clear. Well, now this red, it seriously bleeds. Red is always a bitch of a color, to say the least. But it is a nice color combination if it didn't bleed. A friend of mine told me actually red has always been a troublesome color within coloring. She does a lot of watercolor painting, and she can do calligraphy and stuff. I'm so jealous. She told me that red has always been a troublesome color, also with the fading, like we talked about in like 2 seconds ago. On to yellows. Did I really only have one red color combo?
I really don't scenario.
Well, good thing I tried out a few new ones. Now the line between orange and yellow is hard, I think. It's hard to figure out, that is. It's not a hard line. It's hard to figure out. I'm babbling. I have to do this for what, 10 more minutes or more maybe. But some of them, you know, you can really see this is yellow, and then you start, okay, this one is orange on the edges, but yellow in the middle. So is it actually orange or is it yellow? So I put these together in my swatch book.
Why do you do this?
To make it easier on myself, hopefully. And there's of course some, well, you can't really call them gray areas, but there's also the green yellow color, and there's the blue purple and the purple blue, you know, depending on which side. But I have to figure that out at some point. I still am very interested in trying to make a hex chart out of this, but it won't be anytime very close. I need to get some more content out. After this, 1.5 year break I took on YouTube, my channel has really died. I am up a few subscribers, and I'm hoping, of course, this year to reach 100. When I reach 100, I think I'm gonna do a craft room tour for you guys. I assume that is interesting. Some people like, I love watching them because I always get inspired by what other people did to get organized. When I look at my craft space, I think it looks like shit. Sorry for the profanity, but it does, because even though everything is organized, everything is where I need it to be, within reach, it doesn't look as good as I want it to. Nice green. That's a very nice green actually. So, but that's the plan anyway. I think I'm going to be able to make it work with one video a week. I can sometimes get a bit ahead, and then I can, when I have, well, you know, things to do, then I can have a small break from editing and making and stuff. But I am gonna plan cards and projects that are mainly something I need to use. Whereas before I would just sit down and make a card to make a card. Now, if I'm gonna spend time making something, I need to be able to use it. Otherwise, I kind of feel like I've wasted my time, the little precious time I have at my desk. It's sad. Nevertheless, this does not mean I'll stop crafting, because it is a place to escape. It's the only place where I really forget, or maybe when reading, but these days I multitask so much in front of the TV, it's not really relaxing me anymore. Oh, look at this deep blue. I hope this one turns out good. I should know, I did them like 2 days ago, like I told you. It is very nice blue. I know one of the blues are gonna go wrong, and I don't know how I made that swatch I have it, because that one looks perfectly nice, but I couldn't get it to work on the bird. So that's, you know, trial and error. Maybe it's this one, because this one looks very dark. Nah, not. I don't think this one will work. Just needs a bit more effort. Also with these birds, I do start with the light one, take the middle, then the dark, then go back to the middle, and then go to the light again. Normally I only take the light one to mark out where I want my shades, and then I take the darkest mark and go in with it. And that prevents it from bleeding far too much. But I wanted to see what these would do under the best possible circumstances. And that caused a lot of bleeding. And because I was in a hurry, I also colored outside the lines and stuff. These are actually some nice blues I've already figured out. Now, if you've noticed, the numbers go very odd in these color combinations. It goes from, even when you're within the same letter, it goes from small number, bit bigger, then even smaller than the first one. You know, it's weird. I hope there's a method to the madness. If I'm very lucky, I get to go to Frankfurt next year. If there will be a convention next year, that is, with all this disease going around, maybe it'll be some years before we can actually do any of these really big things again. These colors are actually really nice. But why do I need so many blues? Okay, weird. I was pretty sure there was a blue one that really crashed and burned. Maybe we can see it in the overview. Maybe it's because it dries worse than it is when it's wet. But that is a nice purple though. But with purple means we're coming up on the end-ish. We also need some browns. I didn't swatch out any gray colors for this one. The grays are pretty easy to understand. I just take every other color when I do something. Like if I need a light gray, I'll go like cool gray 0.5, cool gray 2, cool gray 4, like that. But I will maybe do some swatches on the green gray and the blue gray, and then just for safety or something, I should maybe do also the cool gray and the warm gray, so I can just look at my swatches and see what the actual difference is. Here come the browns. I do have quite a few brown color combinations, and that's since I do quite a few quitters. I wonder how many times in this video alone I have said do. I really need to extend my vocabulary. That's the problem when you don't use it every day. It kind of fades away. I read a lot in English, but I rarely get to use it. I used to study English at the university, and that kept it alive, you know, because I had friends to talk to, and the teachers, we would speak in English. But nowadays I'm just me here at home, and my boyfriend at the moment, since he's home working, and it's just there's no reason for the English, and I miss it. It's a lovely language. Well, this I believe is the very last one for this video, at least, and I hope you've had at least some use out of it. If you use these markers, of course you will have some use of it. Or maybe it's the other one that has the very, very weird blue one, because these ones actually look good at a distance. They're very nice. Maybe not the second purple one at the bottom. Well, I'm gonna cut them all apart, and here you see the complete collection. Ah yeah, there's the blue one that went all wrong at the bottom of the first blue row, and that was a dog hair, by the way. And there are a few green ones that went AY, and the red one at the top over there. The rest looks pretty decent. Huh? I can work with this, or I do work with this. So let's get them glued in so that you can get on with your day. I skipped a few colors because I couldn't actually fit on the screen. But what I do, I color out the edges of the paper so that I can easily see which color I am going for. And they are rainbow water, of course, makes everything easier. And then I just glue in these. I didn't know if my glue is gonna interfere with the alcohol ink. It's a solvent glue, I believe. It stinks, but it's grand for the purpose. So I just put the glue under the text on the swatches. So they actually only glued in half, but this glue is not going anywhere, I promise you. And I put 10 pages for each color. I don't think I'll ever fill them out, but it's nice to have enough space. And there'll be a few left over in the back I can color in if I need more, but I don't think I will. Once you get the good color combinations, how much do you actually shuffle around? I need some lighter colors though. I really like the very light colors that you can get with Copics, and I am uncertain whether or not I can ever accomplish that with the Shin. But time will tell, and these do mix, so I can just get those quadruple zero markers. Oh, I had some swatches left over, so just put them in here so I can find them. And yeah, I guess this is it for this time. I hope you weren't too disappointed. There was no real crafting in this one, but I hope you'll be having a good day, evening, or night. And I'll be back next week with a real craft for you.